Hello, everyone. This is Full Time. You know, when I started doing this, I thought there was going to be a point where I would reach where we wouldn't have a lot to talk about. Well, that point has not arrived, and I don't think it's going to arrive in the summertime because we're going to be really busy with so many major competitions, so I think we're doing this at the right time. As for this week, I begin once again in England, Manchester City, completing a historic treble for the club, winning both League Cup and now FA Cup along with the Premier League. And they destroyed Watford in the process, scoring 6 goals. I mean, who scores goals like this? Just goal after goal, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. I mean, it's possible. And the FA Cup, we certainly saw it. I think they finished with 169 goals as a team. So they do that, and now the question that's come up is this the greatest Premier League team we have ever seen? I would say yes. Yeah, I'm feeling more comfortable saying that, especially since they've done it with 2 straight championships, and they did this. As we all know, the thing that's holding them back is the lack of Champions League glory, and I think that's part of being the greatest Premier League team, because if I was going to classify the greatest Premier League team, I would include the Manchester United team in '99 because they were able to be triumphant in Europe. So that is part of the criteria that I used. But I still think they are. It's disappointing that it comes down to one bad game where they allowed 3 away goals to Tottenham Hotspur to judge them. But I think when you look at Europe, it's a trend. Just like Barcelona, I think you see a team that continues to stub their toe, and that is part of their identity. That is who they are. Not good enough to make a final, let alone win it. Barcelona, Man City. Are they better than the 2 teams in the Champions League final? Yes. They're better than Tottenham Hotspur. They beat Spurs 3 times out of 4 games. They finished ahead of Liverpool in the Premier League. So it's an interesting debate. There's still a lot of work to be. By the way, you notice all the mooted celebrations for the team? You know, it's like they're so used to winning it. That's what's amazing about it. So Pep Guardiola looks to get over that hump. They have dominated English football over the last few years. There's no doubt about it. That first treble win. You know, I used to watch Manchester City when I first covered the Premier League for Fox. They were in the Division 1, the championship. Sean Goder and Paul Dickoff were their stars. A lot has changed how good they are. And they didn't really change the team a lot. So good season, but work to be done in the season ahead. Okay, Bayern Munich win the German Bundesliga Shield. And it was the end of the careers at Bayern for Frank Ribery and Arjen Robben. And I just want to sit here and just glow about these 2 guys. These are 2 of my favorite players. Frank Ribery, he's in my top 10 all time. Beautiful footballer. Does so much. So fast. So elegant. Arjen Robben, if Lionel Messi was not around, you could probably say the best left-footed player of his generation. And they both have a lot to give. And if I don't like Major League Soccer where I work, I don't like these guys in their mid-30s coming here, but I would welcome both of them. So many great memories. Frank Ribery scored one of the best goals I ever saw in the 2006 World Cup against Spain. Helped get them to the final. That's 2006. Arjen Robben played in the 2006 World Cup and was huge. 2010. In 2014, no era penal against Mexico. All of Mexico hates him. When a whole country hates you, you have succeeded. You have done good. To a point. So I just stopped to marvel at what those 2 guys have done. Ribery is 36. Robben, I think, is 35. You know, it just makes me sad because I don't think we'll see stuff like this again. Some of the best at their position, but so it goes. Thank you for all the great memories. And they've been both at Bayern for since 2007, Ribery, I think 2009, Robben. So they've really been great servants for that club. Hey, in the Serie A, Atalanta, scusi Bergamo. Atalanta got a point at Juventus, which means they could go to the Champions League if they beat Sassuolo in the final game on Sunday. If they do anything but win, the 2 Milan teams could go in front of them and go 3rd and 4th. They have games. Milan is playing Spal, and Inter is playing Empoli. And then they could go. What an amazing final weekend they have in the Serie A. What a great story for Atalanta. If they don't get it now, such a small roster, they went to Juventus and got a result. They almost won that game, which would have done the job. And I'm pulling for them. I don't think they'll be able to keep everybody intact for a good Champions League push, and that's not good for the Italian league. I think having the two Milan teams, as I discussed this last week, would be better. But what a great story to see. Can you imagine? I think there's a chance for both Milan teams could fill off the back, and neither of them qualify for the Champions League if Roma gets the right result. So there's a lot to play for. Can't wait, and we'll know a lot better, because it'd be hugely disappointing if whoever of the Milan teams don't make it. If both, we got a big story. This is a huge drop. Best final week in Italy. Best final week of the season is happening in Italy. Who would have thunk that the way Juventus ran away with it? Okay, Real Madrid lost to Betis 2-0, and people are going bananas. Their 18 losses, I think, is a record since 95. Sure, reason for alarm. Worst record in a long time. For sure you should complain. For sure you'd be upset. All these images of Gareth Bale not being able to get in, and they're like, oh, he's not gonna come back. That ship has sailed. The dishes are done, man. You know how many people, when I use that line, come up to me and say, oh, yeah, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. Everyone watched that movie, apparently. So everyone's panicking, and all I want to tell everyone just relax. Real Madrid's allowed to have a bit of a rough day. They won 4 or 5 Champions League. They won everything. Greatest team on the planet over and over again. Sometimes you have to hit the bottom a little bit so you grow up. Do not take this. Do not get worried, Real Madrid. You are about to embark on the greatest offseason in the history of this sport. We are hearing everybody is coming to Real Madrid. Neymar, Mbappe, Jovetic, they've already signed from Frankfurt. They are going to get Eden Hazard any day now. They're looking at Marcus Rashford. This is going to be such a fun offseason for Real Madrid. It's going to look completely different, the team, and I'm so excited to see him next season because it's going to feel Galactico once again. Just relax. Let them have. They were the best team for every year. What are people freaking out about stuff? And Real Madrid's like, this is a tragedy. We have to worry. Anyway, this is full time. I am Max Bretos. Please subscribe to my YouTube page. I don't know. Does that sound a little pushy? I want to meet you guys. I want us to cultivate a relationship. There it is, Max Bretos. I'm gonna doll it up a little bit here, and I'd love to get your questions. We're gonna get some look at some polls I might put out, and we'll all go from there. But big final push here in the European leagues, and we'll get ready for the busy summer here very soon.